Welcome to NJ Digital. Today we are going to learn how to include social media sharing buttons in our website using Open Graph. Open Graph, or OG for short, is a Facebook developed protocol, but it is widely used by almost every social media platform. And the reason we use it is I'm going to show you through an example. So this is a YouTube video that I want to share on my social media account. When I click on this share button and select Facebook, so if you notice, this thumbnail has not been chosen by me, and this information underneath this thumbnail is also not chosen by me. All these pieces of information have been chosen by the creator of this YouTube content. Basically, that creator has decided that whenever someone tries to share that particular YouTube video, this is how it should appear in the post on social media platform. And Open Graph protocol makes this happen. If we want our website pages to be shared in any particular way that we want, we have to use Open Graph and take the decisions for our website. So let's start get cracking. Okay. So in my Visual Studio Code, I have basically created two files. One is index.html with very minimalistic HTML code. Basically, it has some text and two images. And I have applied very minimalistic CSS styling to that HTML code. So let me show you how it looks currently. So this is how it currently looks. What we are going to do is that I'm going to insert some social media icons over here, and when we click on them, this post should get shared on the chosen social media platform. And because we are going to decide how shall this post look like when it is shared, that means we are going to use Open Graph. And for any social media platform to take into account the configuration or the properties set through the Open Graph OG protocol our website must be hosted on a web server. Therefore, we are going to use GitHub pages, and we are going to upload this single page website on GitHub, and from there we will get the URL for the website, and we are going to utilize this website and use OG tags to make up the structure of the post that will be shared on any social media platform. So our first job is to include the icons. So I'm going to insert all those icons in this div, which I have named social-icons. So this is the class name that I've given to this div, and I'm going to get the icons from Font Awesome. So in order to use the CDN of the Font Awesome, you have to create a kit, and since I already have a kit, I'm going to click it, and I'm going to copy this script, and I'm going to insert this in my HTML. So let me insert it over here. Okay. The next I need to look for the icons for the Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. So I'm choosing this one. Copy it. Since I want the icon to be clickable, so therefore I'm going to embed it inside the anchor tag. Okay. We have to do similar things for Twitter and LinkedIn as well. So now let's move to Twitter, copy, paste, LinkedIn, copy, paste. In these href properties, we have to provide the specific URL which will be recognized by the respective social media platforms as a request for a certain post to be shared. So basically this URL consists of two parts. First is the specific URL for the relevant platform, and that URL is recognized by that platform as an indication that the next URL attached at the end of this URL is the one which should be posted on the social media platform as a post or tweet or whatever. But before we look for those particular URLs, let's see how it currently looks in our web page. So as you can see, these icons are quite small. Let's make them bigger. So to make these icons bigger, the class that we have to use is fa dash. I want to make it 3 times bigger, so 3x, and I have to copy this class with every icon. Now let's see. Now they are reasonable size. Now we need to give them color, the true color of the respective sharing platforms. So for that we are using this browncolors.net website and copy this one. And since this Facebook has this unique class fa-Facebook, so in my style sheet fa-Facebook, and I'm going to choose color, paste, and let's see how it looks. So this is the true color of Facebook platform. Now let's do the same for Twitter and LinkedIn. Okay, we are done with the coloring. Now the last thing that we need to do is we want to give it some animation type effect. So when we hover over them, the size of these icons should increase a bit. So for that we are going to utilize the transition attribute, and since each of these icons have fab as a common class, so I'm going to utilize this class transition all 500 milliseconds. And then when we hover over the fab class, the icon should transform and scale up to 1.2. Okay, now that's better. So this is all. Now what we need to do is we have to put the link which will make it possible for this website to be shared by the respective platform. So if you search on the Google, you will find the URLs which can be utilized for sharing. So I am using this crunchify.com, and here you will find the list of all the URLs which are used by respective platforms as a post sharing URL. So for the Facebook, this is the URL, and in this part, in the square brackets, you have to basically insert the URL which you want to be shared as a post on the platform. So this part remains the same. This part will keep on changing depending on the particular website that you want to be shared as a post. Let's copy this and insert it over here in the href. Now we have to replace this part with the URL where our own website is uploaded. And since our website is not uploaded, we don't have any URL. So we are going to keep it like that until we get the URL. So let's find the post sharing address for Twitter. So with Twitter, you can append more information such as the title of the post and your Twitter handle over here in the wire tag, and if you have hashtags you can insert those over here as well. But we are going to do this information through OG tags, so we are only interested in this part. Copy and paste it over here. Now we have to look for LinkedIn. And with LinkedIn, you can only share two pieces of information, just post URL and the title itself. But again, we are only interested in this part. Paste it over here. So the exact URL where our website is going to be hosted, that needs to be placed over here. And since our website is not hosted on any web server, we don't have any URL. So now our next job is to upload our web page on some hosting platform and get a URL for the website. So for that, we need to go to GitHub. GitHub allows you to upload your static web pages on GitHub pages, and to do that basically you have to create an account with GitHub, and you have to create a new repository. So these are all my repositories, and I have to create a new repository. I'm going to name my repository profile, and if I want it to be hosted on GitHub, I have to append it with .github.io, and I can put some description over here, it's optional, and then create a repository. Now over here it says get started by creating a new file or uploading an existing file. So we are going to go for upload an existing file. Okay, now choose from your files and this index open. This is uploaded. Choose our style file. Okay, we have to put some commit, initial commit, and then commit changes. Now files have been uploaded on GitHub. Now we have to go into this settings tab and we have to go down to GitHub pages. Over here underneath the source it says GitHub pages is currently disabled. Select the source below to enable. So basically the source is none at the moment. So we have to go and select this main and then save. Now let's go back again to GitHub pages. Now it says your site is ready to be published at this address. So if you give it few seconds, it will be published there. But we are interested in the link at the moment, so I'm copying it and I'm pasting it over here. Replace this part and this one as well. Okay, but now the thing is, the version of index file that we have uploaded on the GitHub does not have this part. So that means we have to again re-upload this particular file. What we are going to do, if I refresh this page over here, now you see your site is published on this address. So let's click over here and you can see now it's not coming from local web server, but in fact it is hosted and this is the URL address of my web page. But I need to upload newer version with this address. Okay, I need to put this target equals blank so that each link opens in a new page. Okay, now I have to replace the version of the index file on GitHub with this one. So let's go back to our GitHub pages and let's go to code. Click on this one and let's delete this file. We have to commit every change that we make. Okay, now we need to add new file and upload it actually. Choose your file, index, open. So this is a file. And commit. Okay, now go back to settings, get the link. Okay, so now you can see the link. So this is the image that Facebook has itself taken out from our website. So as you can see, there are two images, and whatever was the first image that it found, Facebook has taken that as the thumbnail of the post. So now the control is not in our hand, the control is in Facebook's hand. And as you can see, the title is also not decided by us. So if we want to take the control back and we want to choose a thumbnail for the post and the title and the description for the post, we have to use Open Graph. So I'm not posting it. Okay, now what we need to do, let's go back to our original index file, and in here we have to include some meta tags. So the meta tag that we need to add property is we have to set to OG colon. The first thing that we want to decide is the title, and the title that we want to decide, we provide it with the content. The second one that we need to decide is what is the URL that we want. So we can use the same URL, this one. if a website has multiple web pages, then obviously the link over here is going to be different for each page, but in the URL over here in the OG tag, we provide the home page of the website. But since we have only one page, so it's going to be the same. Property is OG URL. So this is another tag, and its content is the URL. Now the third tag that we should insert is the description tag. So again, meta. Property is OG description, and content is, this is the description of my profile website. So description should not be more than 2 or 3 sentences. Okay, then the last property should be the URL, which should be used as thumbnail. So it's up to us whether we want to use this first image as a thumbnail, or the second image as a thumbnail, or some other thumbnail which is not even in the website. So as long as we provide a link over here, that link is going to be used as a meta tag. Just like in our YouTube video, there was no such image in the video because video is not an image, and yet with the thumbnail we saw a video. So that means in the meta tag image property, there were an image provided. So in the image OG tag, a URL was provided. OG image content is, and the content is, let's use a completely different image. So we are going pixel, and let's choose this one. Copy image address and paste it over here. Okay, so these tags will be read by the Facebook and LinkedIn, and if we want Twitter to read these pages, we have to add at least one meta tag with, this time name is Twitter card instead of the property, and content is, so if we put summary over here, then in the Twitter tweet no image will be shown. If we put an image over here, only the image will be shown, no description. But if we want description as well as image, so we have to choose summary large image. So due to the presence of this one meta tag of Twitter card, the Twitter will be able to read the rest of these tags, which are from a different protocol, Open Graph protocol, and the Twitter has its own protocol. But in the absence of Twitter's its own protocol, Twitter will fall back to these tags. But for the Twitter to fall back to these tags, we must have at least this one tag. And this is because this part tells the Twitter what information it should read from the web page, summary as well as image. Therefore, Twitter will read these two pieces of information from OG tags. If we don't provide this tag, the Twitter will think that the website creator does not want anything, neither the summary nor the image, to be displayed with the tweet. That's why it's necessary. Otherwise, Twitter can read these pages, but this last tag makes the Twitter actually read it. Now, since again we have made changes, we have to again upload this version to our GitHub pages. Go to settings. Give it few seconds for the changes to take effect. Copy and okay, now if I click over here, I would still be able to see the previous version with the same thumbnail, this one, and not the one that we decided, and with no title and description. So let me show you. See, it's still the older version, and this happens because Facebook caches all the post URLs for 24 hours. So every time I'm clicking on that link, which is the same link, Facebook is taking it from its cache, not coming back to this website to get the new details. So therefore we have to empty the Facebook cache. And how do we do this? We have to use Facebook Debugger. And over here we have to paste the URL debug, and it says described 14 minutes ago. Okay, now this is the preview. This is how it will look. And this, see the title, previously the title was document. Now this is the title that I set. The profile web page is the description of my profile web page, and this is what will appear in our post as well. And if there is any problem, it will be displayed over here. So for example, if you don't see your own set title over here, that means there is something wrong with the OG title. So you go to your index.html file and you fix the problem. And this is the image URL. This is the description. If everything works fine, then you will see the details over here which you have added with your OG tags. Okay, did I scrap it? Yes. Okay, now let's click it, and you can see this is if I post on the Facebook. Let's go to my Facebook. There it is. So there is the post. Okay, now let's see how does Twitter works. So Twitter takes time to grab the details, so give it some time. For some reason Twitter takes a while, but it's working nonetheless. Okay, so now let's try LinkedIn. So LinkedIn only shows the image and URL and the title. Just post it. Okay, so that was the video. I hope you liked it. So please do subscribe and like my videos and share as well. Thank you so much.